Today we are going to do several high-end decor pieces and we are going to save ourselves hundreds of dollars. We are going to be duping pieces from Horchow and Paragold and Etsy, three of my favorite online stores, but three very expensive stores. In fact, stay tuned till the end and I will show you exactly how much we saved. You're gonna be stunned. So let's get started with our first project. Now, I love Horchow. I love scrolling through their website. They have beautiful pieces, but they are so expensive. So I found this piece on their website. It's simply gorgeous. I love the fall color palette of peaches, oranges, and reds, and the linear shape is so unique and special. What I am not in love with is the price of $650. I'm not gonna spend $650 on a flower arrangement, so we are going to make this piece ourselves. The first thing that we need is a similar container. So let's head on upstairs and look through my armoire. I have a whole bunch of options in here, lots of glass vases. Let's rummage around. Let's go with this rectangular container. It's a perfect knockoff to our original piece. Now that we have selected our container, we need to get our florals and some sticks. Instead of buying sticks, let's head on outside and see what we can find out in the bushes. I found some fantastic sized sticks that were absolutely perfect for this arrangement. And the best part is that they're free. So I brought those inside and now I can lay out all of my florals. I got a whole bunch of options and I laid them out on my desk in my office. I love to do this because then I can really see what I have, what is similar to my inspiration piece. I can see the colors that I have, so I can make a game plan before I even start. Another piece to this flower arrangement that I did not have was these little blueberries. So I'm going to improvise and make my own. I had some gold berries left over from decorating at Christmas time, and I thought these are the perfect size and shape. All I need to do is change the color. So I got some craft paint and a paintbrush, and I simply just painted these gold berries into blueberries. I painted all the berries, made sure they were completely covered in this craft paint, and then I let them dry for several hours. Sometimes you have to improvise just a little bit in order to get the perfect piece, and I think we did that with these berries. Now we're going to create a tape grid on the top of my base. So I got some Scotch tape and I did a couple of lines of Scotch tape vertically and then one right down the center. I love using the tape grid method because it will hold your flowers in place and you won't have to worry about using floral foam. From here on out, we are just gonna take the florals that we selected and put them into our tape grid in similar places as our inspiration piece. If you're a novice floral arranger, copying a piece you love is an easy place to start. First, because you already know you love the floral arrangement, and second, all you have to do is put the flowers in the exact same spot as the inspiration piece. My florals that I'm using are from various places. They're from the Dollar Tree. I got the artichoke stems at home, and then I also got some flowers at Michael's. So I didn't spend a whole lot of money originally on the flowers to begin with. And here is our final floral arrangement. Look at how gorgeous this is. Let's put my piece up next to our inspiration piece. I would say that they are so similar. So let's find out how much I spent on my beautiful floral arrangement. Well, as you saw, we rummaged through that cabinet to find the container, so I already had it. It's not gonna cost me any money. The florals I already had at home. I didn't buy any new ones for this particular floral arrangement. The Scotch tape I already had, and the sticks were free from outside. So I spent out of pocket for this arrangement, $0. I did not spend a dime. Everything I used was at home already, so I saved $650 by creating this piece myself with objects and flowers and things that I already had at home. My next high-end dupe comes from another very high-end store, and that is Perigold. I found this beautiful floral tray. It's got lucite and flowers, and it's just stunning. What's not stunning is the price. It's $304. We can do better. I know that we can save ourselves a lot of money by making this ourselves. So the first thing that I needed to do was find a lucite tray that was similar to our inspiration piece. So I went on a little shopping trip to Target, and they had a lucite tray that was identical, and the best part is that it was on sale for only $3. I love a good bargain. So I scooped this up and I brought it home. I purchased a book of fall cardstock at Michael's for $10. And inside of this book of cardstock, I found a gorgeous floral cardstock. It had some jewel toned flowers and some acorns. So pretty. So it's not going to be 100% identical to our inspiration piece because we are theming this tray into fall, but we are using the spirit of our inspiration piece to help us to create this tray. So what I did with my paper was I needed to trim it up just a little bit so it would fit inside the tray. I got my rotary tool and I trimmed off the edges of two sides of my paper. So now it can fit into my tray perfectly. And I always like to do a dry run just to make sure that it fits in there nicely. Now that my paper is cut perfectly, I'm going to get out some Mod Podge. I put a layer of Mod Podge on the bottom of the tray. I made sure that the entire tray was completely covered in the Mod Podge. Then I got out my beautiful fall paper and I placed it right over the top of the Mod Podge. I got a kitchen scraper and I pressed that paper firmly to the bottom of the tray. Using the kitchen scraper, we'll press out any air bubbles that were potentially trapped underneath the paper, and it will help it to lay flat. Next, I take more Mod Podge and I spread a layer over the top of the paper. I made sure that the surface of this paper was completely covered in the Mod Podge, and then I let it dry overnight. Isn't this tray just stunning? I love the fall florals in the bottom with the leaves and the acorns. Is so pretty. And it was so easy to do. If you're looking to create some easy custom fall pieces, this is the project for you. It was a piece of cake. Let's find out how much I spent on my tray. As you saw, the tray itself was only $3 at Target, and the book of cardstock was $10 for the whole book. If you break it down, each piece of cardstock is 25 cents. So for me to create this custom fall tray, it was $3.25. I will remind you that our inspiration piece was $304, so we saved ourselves a ton of money and we created a beautiful piece. My video is part of the Lisa collaboration. Yes, everybody that is participating has the name Lisa. There are so many amazing Lisas in this lineup. They are so talented. They are so creative and they come up with the most amazing ideas. It is a joy to be able to collaborate with them. Our theme today is fall, so each one of us are creating some fall dupes. I will leave a link to each one of the Lisa's channels in my description box as well as my pinned comment. So make sure you head on over to their channels and see all of the amazing fall creations that they made. Etsy is also a great place to find custom pieces of home decor. I was scrolling the other day and I found this adorable kitchen towel, this Hello Fall towel that had a cute little pumpkin on it. The cost of this kitchen towel is $15, which isn't bad, but I know that we can create a similar one for less. Now, what struck me as I was scrolling was the actual fabric of this kitchen towel. A light bulb went on and I thought, you know what? I think I have some similar fabric in my scrap fabric bin upstairs. So I went upstairs and I rummaged through and I found this gingham fabric that is an identical match to our inspiration piece. How lucky was that? So what I did with my scrap fabric was I had to trim up the edges. So I simply just squared up the edges so I had a long rectangle. At this point, I needed to hem those edges. So I pulled out my sewing machine and I pinned the edges and I simply sewed a straight hem along the raw edges. How easy was that? Now I have a kitchen towel. Now I'm going to be using my inspiration piece as just that, inspiration. I liked the pumpkin on there and the wording, but I think we can do better. So what I did was in my Cricut design space, I created a pumpkin, a stem, and happy fall. And then my Cricut maker cut it out onto some smart iron-on vinyl. I weeded away all of the excess vinyl to reveal my designs. And then I placed the vinyl in the center of the kitchen towel. I got my easy press, placed it over the top of the vinyl, and let it set there for 30 seconds. Once it was all finished, I removed the protective plastic covering over the vinyl, and now I have this adorable happy fall pumpkin kitchen towel. Look at this adorable kitchen towel, you guys. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. You know what? I think I even love it more than my inspiration piece. Now let's take my towel and put it right up against the inspiration kitchen towel. What do you think? Was it a good dupe? I think it's a pretty good dupe. And how fun is this going to be to have in my kitchen as a subtle decor piece? It's going to be so beautiful to have out during this autumn season. Now, my kitchen towel cost me hardly any money because I used things around the house that I already had. This was scrap material that I just sewed into a kitchen towel. So that's not gonna cost me any money. The vinyl, we'll say, I didn't use that much, so we'll say that it cost me around $2. So for me to create this kitchen towel, it was $2. Our inspiration piece was $15, so we did save some money, but I do think that I like mine better. Now we have all three of our pieces created. It's time for me to share with you how much I saved. Are you ready? The grand total was $963.75. That's almost $1,000, you guys. That's a huge savings. By creating these pieces ourselves, we saved so much money. So if you are looking at pieces that you absolutely love, but they're out of your budget, try and recreate them for less. I think that all of our pieces are just as beautiful as our inspiration pieces, but by using things that I had around the house, things in the yard, things that were on sale, we saved so much money. You can create a beautiful home on a budget. You just have to put in a little bit of elbow grease into creating a few pieces yourself. Well, I hope you got some ideas or some inspiration so that you feel like you can create your own pieces of fall home decor. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much for watching.